Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Boss Babe Blog Show. Today's episode is called Get Expressive. So why is it called that? Because today we're going to be talking about an amazing brand that is near and dear to my heart, Hootstop.com. This is a brand that provides home decor, custom items, branded items if you're looking for your brand logo on a hoodie or a sweatshirt or on a notebook or on a mouse pad, for example, what I'm about to show off today. They have all of those items for you. And so today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite products from Hootstop and talking a little bit about the brand. So let's start off with the first thing. This is my handy dandy notebook, my Boss Babe blog notebook, and it has my name at the top. I have written until my heart's desire in this. So it's just full of notes, full of events, full of shows. I probably barely even have any pages left. I have worn this book out. So that is a notebook. They do custom notebooks at Hootstop.com. The next one is going to be my mouse pad. I love my mouse pad. Now, I might be exposing to y'all that I do like to eat because I did get a little bit of food on the bottom of that mouse pad. But I love it. So this says I am evolving, and then it has Boss Babe blog on it. This was a custom design that was made for me. And I basically just told her to just have fun. Just do something that represents me. And evolution, elevation are like some of my favorite words. So this is perfect. So I'm evolving mouse pad. You see how big this mouse pad is? So yeah, so when you go to the website and you see the prices, just know they match the size. This is huge. Sometimes when they say custom mouse pads, they're talking about the ones that are like this size, a circular one, or like a square one that's like this size. So, and even then the pricing can be high because it is custom work. And usually the artist gets to decide what that pricing will be in the value. However, this is a huge mat. So take advantage, go get them. It's well worth it. I've been using this mat for everything. I use it for decor. Sometimes when I just want to have my logo next to something, I put it in my office. I put my computer, although I know I do need one of those little breathing things so I can let my computer breathe. But I use it next to my computer too for mats. I've used it when I'm filming. This is wonderful. So this is what the mat looks like. This is the back. And there you have it. So the next item that I'm going to be showing off, even though I have tons of items from the shop, this is last but never least my favorite. So this is their backpack. This is like a backpack with little sushi or little rice things on it that you eat when you go out to the places where you might get sushi or food. And then there's little sushis on the actual backpack. So those black dots are not polka dots. They are actual sushi designs. I thought that was so cool and so creative, and I just absolutely love it. It definitely is expressive, fun, and bright, and I personally enjoy it. So if you like bright colors, you want to check them out. And then at the bottom of the backpack, it has a blue ocean color block. So you'll see that at the bottom. On the back side of the backpack, it has a nice, beautiful mesh texture to it. Nice and thick. The handles are nice and thick and sturdy. I love that. And then there's a little zipper or a little area right here where you can, put your cards and things like that. But these are the products that I've gotten personally from the brand that I absolutely love. And as you can see, my business is Boss Babe Blog. So they can put custom items, but they can also get you items like if you just want to saying on a shirt or on a sweatshirt or on a jacket or maybe even a blanket, a mug. You can get a free custom consultation. So I'm actually going to drop that first so everybody can take advantage of that free consultation if you would like to discuss custom items. It may not be free forever, but it's free for right now while I'm doing this episode, okay? So I'll have that link attached and you can see the link. You can go check it out for yourself. Their information has already been shared as far as their contact information, so take advantage. And now that I've shared that, I am going to go ahead and just do a quick little snippet where you get to learn more about the founder of this business, Danielle, aka Dani, and you can learn more about, her personality, what's important to her, why she decided to start. So this business is based out of Maryland, Baltimore, and they talk about a lot of things that revolve around wellness. So wellness, taking care of yourself, just treating yourself. And so today's episode, Get Expressive, is about encouraging you to purchase decor, products, home items, apparel items, accessory items that represent what you actually like. Have fun with it. We only get to live once. We only get to enjoy this earth once. And so even if you're not a small business owner, if you're someone that just loves to be vibrant and have fun, do that with no permission. Be expressive, have fun. This is an amazing brand to do that with. It is a Black-owned business, and all of the designs are created by the artist that owns the business, which is absolutely amazing. So another awesome, unique designer brand. It's really cool to be able to see artists, Black artists, really taking their crafts to the next level, putting themselves out there, creating brands where they can provide unique products. So I've shared a little bit about it. I'll let you guys watch this interview with me and Dani, and I'll also drop the links where you can go and get a free custom consultation for right now. And if you decide you want to purchase or just check out more of their products, we'll have all that information available too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys at the business breakdown, where we're going to discuss some really important things you want to avoid if you want to see that successful mindset growth. Bye-bye. Do to grow your business. Number one.
Hey, one up. Now, the first thing that you want to do is, a lot of people, they don't know where to start. Okay. And picking one particular platform or one outlet to really display to your audience what you do is key. It's key because you can be consistently online. I know we talk about consistency a lot. You can be online, on IG, on Facebook, on everything, but what are you really building? You have 3 different audiences at that point, plus another like YouTube or Twitch or whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, what I normally do is I'll post a little preview or something on IG, but my main audience that I'm focusing on right now is actually taking the people from IG and building them up on YouTube. So like we were saying with those commercials, 15 seconds is that little reel, that's that hook point of you bringing in that new audience member. So to have that as it's what you need. First off, platform. Second off, those 15 seconds is really that hook into building that audience and bringing them to that platform. So that would be my number one. Okay. But ultimately it's up to you. Like we said, these are going to be general. So you don't have to go to YouTube. You don't have to be Facebook or anything like that. Maybe your thing is vending. Okay. Maybe all you do is you go to every vending in your city, like every opportunity in your city. And that's enough for you, because trust and believe, I have partners that I work with. That's all they do. They're not online. They may have a website, but they're not on social media and stuff like that. That's their one platform, but it works. So, but yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That was it. That was it.
But I love the fact that you talk about the importance of the power of consistency and focus on one place, because we've talked about this before in the past, where it's like you create the focus on, Twitch is the new thing. Oh, Twitter is the new thing. Yeah. Threads is the new thing. Let me hop on that. Let me hop on that. Let me hop on that. And a lot of times people miss that core question, which is, are you consistent where you're at already? Because if you're not consistent where you're at already, it's kind of like winning the lottery, but being the worst person that spends, or the worst at spending money. Like if you're already taking money that you're making and then just spending it everywhere and no investments, and you're just wasting it, when you get that lottery money, the chances are that those behaviors are going to carry into that level, which is why we talk about stepping into your success. Like you can't just think, because I'm going to go to this platform, I'm going to gain sales now. No, because if you're not consistent on the platform you're already on, and like you're saying, if you haven't figured out that place that works for you, then you may not meet that sweet spot. Now, is there a chance you could, because it's popular? Yes, but it's kind of like shooting an arrow blind to try to, hunt whatever it is you're hunting. But it's like, let's be specific, let's be targeted, let's be intentional. So I love the fact that you mentioned that. A really great pointer. Now, the next tip that you have, or the next behavior that you have, goes kind of into a mixture, I believe you said.
Yes.
Your decor services. But what is your second tip that you're giving to people to help them grow their business?
So before we get into the decor And, your, like, why that's important, because that is literally why I started the business that I started. So one of the important things that ties into, finding that platform is also just knowing who you are as a brand. That's what your logo is. It's the representation of who you are to your audience, but also what your audience is looking for. See, look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So if your logo speaks to what you do, you never have to really open your mouth. Think about it. What does Chick-fil-A sell? I don't even got, you don't get an answer, but like think about any business that is really up there. Their logo says everything that they do, or their actions do. So, but getting into, finding, how to make that platform work for you, how to decide what your logo is going to be, that workspace that you create yourself is going to either make or break your business. And I'm glad that you brought up the workspace, because when you sit down to create something that only fits your business, whether you are a contractor creating blueprints for your next home, whether you are Boss Babe Blog servicing a couple of other clients that need, graphic design, any of that, like promotion, any of that, you have to be able to get those thoughts out, right? Mm-hmm. So what I normally do, I will clear a whole area. If I don't have a dedicated office space, and this is speaking to a lot of people because a lot of people work from home. If I don't have that space, I'm going to make that space. Okay. I'm not going to sit in a cluttered, whatever, closet, office, room, whatever, and say that this is my business. This is my office. This is what I'm about. Because it doesn't even show up. If you don't show up for you, how do you expect other people to show up for you? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and it plays such a huge factor on your mental. Like I've had people tell me, "Oh, now I gotta work. I worked all day. I gotta go home." Okay, that sounds like you're going to the dungeon. Like,
there you go.
What's happening at home? Like, oh, it's dirty. It's this. It's that. Sounds like you need to invest more time into making your home that safe place than always trying to find that safe place in other places. Because at the end of the day, the biggest concept that people struggle with is learning how to be at home and alone by themselves and at peace. You're never going to be at peace alone if you're not investing in your space and where you're building that safe place. So if you got this crazy, like you said, like your office is not together, or it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be, working from a skyscraper, but do you have something with your goals on it? Do you have your logo somewhere? Like you said earlier, like, is your brand being represented? Are you seeing yourself on multiple different places? Is it inspiring? Does it make you excited? However that looks like. But if you don't have that and you're not working towards that, but you're spending your free time working towards building other people's safe places or other people's that you're not investing in yourself enough. It's a sad truth we have to admit. Why do we go to a 9-to-5 job and spend all this time decorating, cleaning, organizing other people's offices and stuff, and then get home and your office is, a square of a picture of something that you drew 20 years ago?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Business Breakdown. I'm your host, Katan. Welcome back. Today, we're talking about ways you can boost your business and elevate your brand and your growth, potentially, because it depends on your industry and also depends on what you decide to execute. Practice discernment. There are some things that will be specifically for you, and there are some things that are for you to listen to and just utilize down the line if it comes up, or maybe it's just not for you. But I'm going to be sharing this insight because somebody needs to hear what I have to say today. Today, I'm talking about one of the biggest mistakes that business owners make that affects their business down the line and starts to chip away at their team morale, their productivity, and their momentum. And that mistake is coming in and not performing like it's game day every time you have an interaction, a consultation, a meeting, whatever it may be. I was struggling on consultation. But anytime you have something that you have dedicated and committed to for your business, if you're not showing up like it's game day, you're making a huge mistake. And why is that? Because the habits that you create tell you where you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. So if you schedule a consultation and you come to this consultation and your energy's low and you're not really feeling it and you don't have anything productive to talk about and you just kind of drained, you should expect that in the future, when things are not going your way and you're feeling tired, you are unable to assess what needs to change and pivot. Okay, that's what's going to happen in the next 5 years because those are the habits you're creating now. Let me give another example. Let's be even more specific. If you say that you need help with your business and you schedule a meetup with somebody and you miss that meetup, or you're 30 minutes late to the meetup the first time, okay, cool. You're 30 minutes late to the second meetup. You're not there for the third meetup. How many more meetups are you going to continue to not be there for? If there's an emergency, that's one thing, but a lot of times we don't show up for ourselves 1,000% because we're not in game day mode every single time. And you have to practice being in game day mode every single time. So let me ask you a question, a big question. If you were sitting down in that business consultation and you knew that Oprah was on the other end, are you going to be late 3 times in a row? Are you going to miss 3 consultations in a row? Are you? Knowing that Oprah's on the end waiting for you? For a lot of people, no, you're not. And that right there is the mistake. The mistake is not the fact that you wouldn't miss it for Oprah. It's the fact that your performance changes based off of who's on the other end. Now, the way that you react, the amount of access you provide, that might change based off of who's on the other end. However, your integrity and the level of performance that you perform at for your business and how you show up for yourself should always be game day mode, no matter who you're around, because that is what determines if someone decides if they want to come back to you because you are reliable. Unreliable people and things are going to be shaky and shift based off of outside factors. Reliable people, places, and things will always be that rock. No matter what is going on around them, they are going to be known for something. Every successful brand that you think about is known for something specific. But could you imagine if just because they walked into a room and it was a little bit less people than they expected, that they stopped being known for that thing? They wouldn't be successful. And so that is the behavior that gets people to be successful. It is continuing and elevating yourself regardless. You don't stop just because if the room's slow, just because somebody has a little bit low energy. That has nothing to do with you. And we have got to get out of the habit of looking outside to determine what we're going to do. Do you know how many times I went to an event or attended an event where a person asked me, who's here? Who's going to be there? Who's not there? Or, oh, nobody's here? Or how many people are here? Who cares who's here? If you knew what you came to do for that event or for that meeting, you come to do what you came to do and you get up out of there. And you do it 100%. I'm not worried about other people. That is drama. That is time wasting. Don't worry about what the next person's doing. Don't use that as a justification. We try to find all these justifications for why things aren't going well, when in reality, it all starts here. So the biggest mistake that people make is basing how they're going to perform and how they're going to show up off of outside factors that don't have nothing to do with them and their business. If you say you're going to be at that business consultation, then you need to be there. If you say that you're going to sit down and write down your sales, you need to sit down and write them. If you say that you want more sales and you know what you got to do to get them, you need to go and share that website. Then you need to share the website. There is no way around it. There is no way around it. There's no special formula and there's no secret formula to get it done. It is to go straight through it and complete it. It is to be accountable and self-aware of your performance. And so don't make that mistake of half doing things simply because you think it's not that important. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start to create a domino effect where you consistently half do stuff because you think it's not that important. And then when you run across an opportunity or a person or a thing or a moment where somebody is ready to throw money at you and invest in you, you will not be ready because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do for yourself in the beginning phase. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. You need to do for you. So that is the biggest mistake that business owners make. Don't make that mistake. Don't have a bag of excuses with you when you come to any room. Go in there to get done what you said you're going to get done to do. Don't worry about who's there or why they're there or how many people are there. Show up with an amazing energy, ready to assist, help, and provide a solution to other people. Don't come into rooms sitting down complaining about stuff that you have done nothing to go work and fix or change. It's time to get proactive. So if you avoid making that mistake, you're going to see some growth in your business because guess what? You're showing that no matter what's going on around me, I will rise. I will be consistent. I will be that rock. I will be known for something to multiple people, not because I sat down and waited for it to come to me, because I got up and I get it. Okay? Thank you so much for listening to this business breakdown. I hope that it helps somebody out there. Have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching the show.